Hey, so I got a request to address the changes to I Thought About Killing You, and if there was anything else that happened on Ye that was changed. Do we have the Life of Pablo 2.0 where we have to go through and find these little moments? The short of it is no, it doesn't seem to be the case. But let's go over what did change and why. So the other day, November 8th, Complex had tweeted out, studio engineer Adam Wolpert has confirmed that a sample from Kanye West's Ye album was removed. He noted that the entire album has received a cleaned up new mix. And the article itself here gets into a few more details about it. Astute listeners pointed out on Reddit and Kanye to the most noticeable change can be found on album opener I Thought About Killing You. And it was Kareem Lofty's Fresh that was removed. And this happens right around, I think, like 3:10. I think is where you want to go to, and you can hear it at like 3:11, 3:12. It's right when the third verse starts. And there's a few changes to the lines itself. Like there's a little bit of an echoing that's replaced it, that I don't think was there the first time, or at least you didn't notice it as much the first time because of the sample. Maybe a word like yay gets repeated an extra time or two. There were some people that were saying that it didn't sound as good to them. At Kanye's Genius said, I'm gonna be honest, I understand Kanye may have not gotten the old beat cleared or whatever, but this new I Thought About Killing You beat at the end is just not the same, not as good. Cool that we got tagged there. I don't know. I thought it was fine. I Thought About Killing You is currently one of my favorite Kanye songs for all the things that it's doing. It's bizarre, it's weird, it's non-musical, but I still really adore what it's doing philosophically, how it progresses, the lines. And this is fine to me. I like either version. I'm glad we have both versions. Still listening to Ye a lot, and nothing's really changed as I listen through, where I'm just like, damn. It's not as huge of a difference as like OG Wolves versus the Wolves that we first got when Life of Pablo came out versus the Wolves that we ended up getting after he fixed it, right? There were a bunch of changes going on there, or even the changes to feedback. Like that really made feedback feel much different to me, or some of the lyric changes on Famous. The change here, honestly, just doesn't affect how I engage with the song whatsoever. On Reddit, they talked a little bit about, I don't notice any changes besides I Thought About Killing You. And there were people said, that's all I've noticed. It sounds better. And there were a few people on Twitter that told us that they thought it sounded better, sounded crisper. There were some people that thought that Violent Crimes maybe had some tweaks to it or something was going on there. I don't have the ear for that and the specificity for that. My main thing's lyrics, so that I could tell you about if there's any differences there and why and what that changes. But with the music, there was nothing noticeable enough on Violent Crimes that I could point it out, and there hasn't been anything definitive enough that I've read on Twitter or Reddit or an article, at least at this point, to kind of weigh in on that. But you may remember this sample was in the news, back in June. And Francis of Francis and the Lights was the one that took credit, I guess, for using the sample, and in that way took the blame for using the sample. And this guy Berlin experimental label Pan claimed that the later section features a sample of Kareem Lofty's Fresh. It's sadly another case of an artist who capitalizes on culture without any original ideas, and because culture trickles up, this means we are basically working for him, label head Bill Cooligus told Pitchfork. Everything leads to him, he's the ultimate narcissist, which just seems absurd to say. I mean, I get being upset somebody didn't clear a sample with you, but at the same time saying that it's an artist who capitalizes on culture without any original ideas? Bitch, Kanye's been doing this since like 2001 and changed music multiple times. Like, without any original ideas? Fucking please. He sampled 4 seconds of this song in his very original song with an original structure that's unlike anything that you really get from any mainstream rap artist. So fuck off with that. But Francis actually addressed it and said, "Yo, I'm sorry I added that beat at the last minute and we're reaching out now. Do you want to know anything else about it? It's not Kanye or anyone else's doing but mine, so please direct any aggression or criticism at me." So that's that's all that happened. So this was kind of months in the working, as it seemed like Pan wasn't happy, or Berlin, whatever, Billy wasn't happy for a while, and maybe they were in talks, or maybe Kanye was just delaying removing it for as long as possible and finally had the court order, finally got sick of it. But that's why it was taken out, which differs from what we saw in The Life of Pablo, which was Kanye going back in and being like, I want to change this, and I want to change this. I think this is better. I think this is better. But I'm fine with it. If you have any more questions about this or want me to talk any more about it, please go ahead and leave a comment, and I'll get to it. But I think that covers it for the most part. Side note, our Big Brother episode came out, which I can't get this to open, but the subtitle cracks me up. It's Big Brother Lo Siento Ovito, which Kanye at one point in Big Brother references the Jay-Z song Hola Ovito, which is like, hey, young hove, which just makes it so much funnier when later in the verse, after he's like, I found out Jay had a song with Coldplay, I was like, no way, Jose. He goes from the honorific of Ovito, because in Hola Ovito, it's the people in the street that see Jay and that love Jay's music that are shouting this out to him, as kind of like they're honoring him with this nickname, with the recognition. So Kanye starts in that place of recognition and ends the verse in more of the like, no way, Jose, which is, there's no honor there at all. It's just taking his name in the most basic form. Very familiar, like very not respectful, which shows a surprise. It's such a small thing, but it's just one of the cool things that Kanye does. So if you want to listen to our full analysis of Big Brother, you can find that on iTunes or Spotify, Stitcher, wherever podcasts are. I actually don't think it's on our YouTube channel, as we have to talk with our new distributor about getting the shows back on YouTube. But that'll happen. In the meantime, if you're liking the content, please subscribe. All the subscriptions help, as it helps the channel grow, helps us get in front of more people. And now that we're monetized, we actually make some money. I've made $14 in the last 10 days. That's very meaningful, because in like 3 years of doing this podcast, it took a long fucking time to make $14. So, I don't know. It's nice. So appreciate the subscription, appreciate the like, and check back for more content. And if you have any requests, let me know. I'm about to make a video on Camp Flognaw, and then a video about Lorde being upset with Kanye about Camp Flognaw. So check out those videos and, stay wavy.